Goeiemorgen mense. I haven't looked at my grass since giving it a scalp, and there are green tips everywhere, but I want to go and have a look at this little alem scalpy part down here at the bottom. Let's have a look at that quick. Alrighty, some interesting developments. This is where I scalped the alem the other day when I scalped the rest of the yard. As you can see, it is getting like a little green tips everywhere. I actually might want to go over it just one more time, just put it under that extra pressure, because if it's growing that quickly, then it's doing perfectly fine right now. So we'll hang on for that. But what I want to show you is I've always said to you guys, be careful when cutting alem too short, or just, preferably don't scalp alem, because when you cut into the crown, which is this part here, then statistically, that's what's in all the rule books, so to speak. That's what every turf grass manager will tell you, is you don't cut into the crown. But it doesn't seem that that's the issue. The issue is when you cut or you hit the node. So for example, right here. So when you hit the node there, you can see I've killed a lot of that plant. This little green part here could come back, but it's most likely on its way out. Whereas, if I can just find another really stubby little bit somewhere, like here, I've cut deeply into the crown there, but it is reshooting, no problem. Reshooting. So that's not the issue. So there's a whole lot of guesswork, and that's really where I think a lot of people will sort of give you the safe option is don't cut alem too short, and that's because of this. You'll kill the entire plant. So that's what I've done, is I've killed a lot of my plant by going too short, but you can go pretty short. You can see how much that guy's grown. So these guys were all taken down, into the crown. Let's try and find the crown on this one. It's right there. So there's the node, and then you've got this little shoot part here, which is the crown, and I've obviously cut back into it, and then we've got new growth, and that's the same now over. Here's some more. So from a distance it looks like brownish, because you're seeing sand and hardy-dar holes, but as you get close, then you notice that it's the old frost damaged alem with all the winter woody stuff on it and all the dead leaf matter, and then that lacquer green tip that's coming out, no problem. And then only where I've clipped it, here's another example. There's the perfect example. There I hit the node, and there the thing's going black. So that's the too far into the crown part, whereas that's not too far into the crown. Catch my drift. Cool. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to get a video out because I haven't had the time to get something done, and I'm not ready for the next stages to my spring sort of renovation. I'll get to topsoil soon. And yeah, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, if you don't for those of you who did, you would have seen that I had scalped a second time since the last video. I haven't fertilized yet, but so far, this was a proper scalp. You will see the pile of junk that I pulled out of here. It was a lot. So as you can tell, I've got green everywhere. So it's just a couple of days without having been fertilized or top dressed. It is doing quite well. So we'll get back to this portion of it later on. As far as alem goes, you basically never have to scalp it. In fact, not never have to. Don't scalp it. You can cut it short. You can put it under a bit of pressure, but then you got to be aware of like all the what ifs. Like if your ground is like mine and it's very uneven and all over the place, and you're mowing with a rotary mower, definitely you're going to scalp parts like what I did there. That chunk that you saw was because there was a little mound, and that rotary completely whacked it, and that's what's really caused the big damage. The rest of it, you can see that I kind of did where I set up the mower mostly correct, and that's actually the same height that the Kikuyu and the Bermuda got nailed at. Just they got multiple directions, that just got one direction over it. So short is not really the issue. It's if you've got these lumps and bumps, you're going to hit it, you're going to scalp badly, and that scalp right against the node is the big problem. Cutting into the crown, cutting too far into the crown is also the problem, but not cutting into the crown, loosely speaking, that's perfectly fine. It appears the grass is going to grow back, and clearly we've got active growth right now up in Pretoria, and by the looks of it, a lot of my Joburg clients do as well. We are expecting a cold front this weekend, possibly, and normally the beginning of September for us, there is some sort of cold spell that happens. If you're in a an area that's prone to frost. You be careful, maybe not about doing your Kikuyu or Bermuda renovation, but rather if you're going to be seeding. If you're going to seed and you have some germination before the weekend, those little seedlings, if they see frost, goodbye. But otherwise, you're not going to have a real hassle. So for the majority of us across the whole country, even though it's going to be a bit chilly, it's not the end of the world chilly. You can get going on your lawns. As you can tell, I've been gently in it for like, I don't know, 3 weeks or maybe a month now, just edging it in. And I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but there's green everywhere. And I'm going to give it another mow before I put down the topsoil. And that mow, I don't know if I'm going to take it shorter than where it was, or if I'll just leave the mower in the same position as where it was. Just go over it again. I'll do multiple passes, then the topsoil is going to go down. That's kind of the gist of it. Anyway, that'll be for hopefully the next video. If not, we'll see you when I see you. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Cheers.